property, and yeah, I have to be there. What are we doing?
Oh my god, Ash, why is the kid sat on the bench with a suit? Oh my god.
Bro, Penny, you are so fucking dumb. You are so freaking dumb, bro.
Ash, he's got
I'm not going. Oh, it's Agent 00. Oh, yeah. They don't know anything. You don't know how to buy things.
You guys here. What's up, guys?
People don't know how to buy stuff.
Right, Ash.
Really?
Wow,
So did this guy. Is anyone working here at the moment?
This is Craigslist. Buy something on Craigslist. Here. Yeah, these are just. I'm getting this old guy. He wants to sell me. He's like, I don't know what's going on. No, I do know what's going on. You send money over online and shit. And show up and say it's not yours. Or you don't know the laws and shit. You're trying to buy stuff remotely. And you're the boxing rebellion? It's fucking coming, motherfuckers.
Why aren't you wearing your uniform?
Oh, people cheer, like when you read the Boxer Rebellion about the Chinese driving out Christian missionaries and settlers and colonials, because there was little English towns. Yeah, we're not allowed to have little towns in other countries. They invade, but here you throw out you know who it is.
Listen, Miguel's gonna get cranky.
It's called betraying your family blood.
Miguel might be fine.
He might be. He's gonna shoot you.
Why you moving like this, Ash? You know you love me, really. Like, you know, look how handsome I am.
Whoa, love? Okay, I'll let you guys handle this up.
Look at me, look how handsome I am, okay?
Yeah.
You know what would
It looks like normal life.
make you really handsome?
It looks like normal life. Yeah, they keep things that clean and they do
If
work
we're
and
wearing
stuff.
a uniform.
Avocado is proud to be a certified B Corp Best for the World.
Oh look,
company,
it's another
meeting the
woman waking
highest
up with her
standards
true
for
love.
Social and environmental responsibility.
There's another
On our
one.
mission
See?
to become one of the world.
If you listen to the raging for years and years, the channels they're commenting on it. Black man, white woman, black man, white woman, black woman. It's like you go to they should show friggin' sex ed from like Sweden and stuff, and it was like kind of comic book sex things for the kids. And it was like, yeah, here's the future of you, name like this. And they have all these little, all the blonde Swedes. Here's like the new superior man, and like ejaculating in the girl next to you and stuff. It's like, yeah, you aren't going to have. She's no longer yours, little bit. And now it's just retarded. I can't wait till they go back talking. I bought a warehouse for $600,000. It was for. Well, you know what? It's funny how things get made legal and unlegal. Funny how laws change on a minute. Watching a friggin' dude walking around the Pinky Blinders stuff, yelling at friggin', oh, this is a violation. My uncle Bill was a contractor. He could never keep up with the regulations. They would just show up at his job. Oh well, that was it said that the fire extinguishers had to be like 150 feet or 50 feet from it. Well, they changed that because they found out they did a new study. Oh, they did a new study. This door has to be. And it was like so he'd just get fined. They would just show up and just randomly fining, and it was like, well, those are the old rules. Well, they changed yesterday. Guess what? You have a fine right now. You have the street fine. You gotta pay your reparations, $125 million every black person and 150 white slaves. Oh yeah, that's Tariq Nasheed. Well, I'm sure they're all but Taineshi Coates. If you actually listen to the numbers that they start crunching, because they're not getting enough. They need more. They need more. So you better get ready to start paying.
I was on the phone. I wasn't listening to anything. I didn't even know that he was there.
Come on, he was there.
What?
He texted me. He asked me to sit out.
Access to a freaking neighbor to rob.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, government said, pay your taxes. No, you enforce laws. You put them back in fucking cages. Put them back in cages. That's the law.
Was that a suicide?
You have to friggin' get if the government's not using it to actually if we're not equal, we're not equal. Make that announcement.
There was a red.
Make the announcement.
Series?
Make the friggin' make the race laws. Announce it so we know what it is.
Oh.
Cause it's tax time. Oh damn! I didn't put my tax extension in. I guess they'll have to like send me like a thing in my home of my address, letting me know that to be for an audit.
My house
Or do you think
has
you'll
a
have new
special
armed agents that
period.
just grab you? We're gonna audit you. You gonna pay your
It's
taxes.
okay, but if you want to
I'm
celebrate,
on the 85,000
3,
I get
4, 7,
commission.
okay?
I got permissos.
Yeah, 3, 4, 7.
Me and Obama. I'm an Obama. Obama's still president.
Moment.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Have you emptied out the storage?
It's just empty houses. Probably what it really looks like. Just a kind of empty houses waiting to be sold. They've been sold, but nobody's ever shown up for them. Now they're the collections.
You good?
Yeah, there's a moldy banana in there. That's it.
Perfect, leave it in there. Alright, ready to go?
I wonder how long they can go back, like strike things when because they did that to channels. They have like years, and then they would get on somebody's radar and they would get like 3 strikes. Yeah, they found you said this in a video. Well, it's against the terms of service now. Terms of service changed yesterday, and that thing you said last week, 6 months ago. Well, that's the thing because that's a protective group now. They say that's the thing that we found out. We did a study, and that hurts people's feelings and causes problems. The advertisers that you don't have on your channel, but just being on someplace in this with like 2 million,
Is that right?
2 million, they just know you're here. So
What the fuck you mean? I was thinking 3 full days yesterday.
I don't know if that's right. It doesn't feel right. I guess it is. I mean, it's 60%. Alright, it's gonna pop up on your phone.
Oh, I'm getting a decent amount. What?
Yeah, 60% you get back from it.
What? I only paid like
yeah, you
that
already
much
paid.
for it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Do you guys mind if we go to the building? I gotta sell a house now.
Are you selling to somebody who wants to live there? Did you actually meaning? But oh wait, do you have the binder? Do you have the binder? Did you go through each page one by one meticulously, like 100 pages, and explain each thing?
You know, this is where I first met.
No,
like,
just I'm gonna sell it online.
Really?
We'll sell with this app.
Because Seaside done fucked up and I had to sort it out. And then I got yelled at for it, actually.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that was the first time that
Yeah, the
Becky
real
said, I
estate
don't want
people?
you leading the boys.
I'm sorry.
They'd all
How
say,
many?
well,
You have to flip a house every freaking year here. There are enough
I don't know.
houses.
First time I probably met her, it was just, I don't know. I guess I meant Flippy, I guess.
Oh, what's
I
better
thought
than
that was
that's why
until
Section
after I
8
went there.
guaranteed money from the government. No fucking no citizen, no tax paying fucking law-abiding citizen can vote. They
Remember that?
can afford
You
it.
remember
There's some
that
Somali
conversation
fucking
with
straight off the.
I don't want you leading the boys. I don't want
Is there
the
even
boys
even
going
in
too
Haiti? Or are they
well.
all living in United? No, they're
You are a leader.
yeah. There's another what 10 million freaking zombies
Act like a leader. You are
sitting
a
there
leader,
with
but
8.
don't
There's no
lead.
vegetation. No, there's no surveys
shit
because
is
there's no
fucking
communication or anything in it. Just a
crazy,
freaking empty
fucking-
spot on a map.
Huh?
Yeah, I saw that.
Stuff. Wait, what?
I met them.
It's voodoo and gangs. Voodoo's and gangs.
What's wrong?
Oh, sure,
Yeah,
I'm
voodoo
done
being
here.
drugs.
What do you mean?
Maybe there's a psychic thing, but we have psychic too.
You guys
But it's
need
illegal
to-
for us to do the drugs that
follow?
help our friggin'. Yeah, we're figuring it out.
This is the
It's
one.
just monkey fucking shit. See, we're reading too many
What
books
the
and
fuck
laws
is
while they
this?
sit there and watch us and snicker.
I don't have you.
grab our freaking plans, break in. Well, they can't read it. They send it to Tim Pool.
What is
Well, guys like that.
This is the Challenger race.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Chinese.
It's one
This
of
guy,
one,
the
it's
guy
this
here wants me.
song.
Oh, you buy a hotel? No. Oh, you're forever.
The other day, Ketchup gained Miguel's respect, though. When in my book, it was huge. It was great for Seaside.
probably
It was
bought
great
it
for
from you.
Ash. It was I think it was right here, actually. It was actually clip in that one.
Yeah. This thing
It
is.
was the best option.
The
Yeah, as soon as I buy it, if it was a legal buy, it would be like the California people would show up and find like 1,000 things to be like, oh, you gotta find this, get this,
What?
you got a contractor. It's a law that you have to get my friend. He has certification. You can't do this yourself for that unemployed person. Well, he didn't get the latest Mama's certification.
Yeah.
Why am I bitter?
I don't
Because
know
we
why
did
he
the
does
job
live
for
in
these
drugs,
people.
for real.
It was like, you talk about security freaking shit. Oh, security violation. It was Haitians and everybody else from other countries. It wasn't freaking Americans in security jobs other than a few people. I had to freaking do work for... yeah, it's done. See, they can't actually do the job. And the managers, they are just put in there like a Maduro. This is what happens in so really, really socialist freaking
Yes, they're
communist
gonna hit the
revolution. They put their
transport
cousins with no
soon.
experience in charge.
Interesting.
The unions are people like you work together, you know each other's skills, you kind of people know who does the job and who works with people. We're just trying to move around too much.
Yeah, so do you reckon we should worry about the guy that we left on top of the mountain?
That'd be fun. He can run.
Well, I don't mean if he's okay. I mean, like, if he's, I don't think any of us used down names in front of him. Yeah.
No, we didn't.
I think we did, but
Yeah, all you're doing looking for somebody with more money than you, which is what, everybody? You ran out.
It'll be
You
fine.
partied it away.
I've never seen that guy before in my life, so I doubt anything's gonna come from it.
Investing is anything. Investing is saving money. Investing is not spending it at the end of the day. That's what it is. It's holding on for tomorrow.
Poor Alan.
Yeah,
You think I should worry about
investing
my
in the
car
purest form is
unless
holding on to something
right where
tomorrow in
we
case
don't
you
want
can't
one.
work. Or don't want to work. Even worse, don't want to work. He has some. How's he eating today? Well, he has some money. So he's a he's an investor. He's a capitalist pig, huh?
Oh, no, this is
Capitalist pig trying to like not work for his fellow worker like me. Whoa!
I don't know if this is in the building. I don't think so. Right?
Yes, Elizabeth Warren. Oh yeah, Elizabeth Warren lives in her friggin' lives off of
Oh, I see.
lives
Right
off
ahead,
of
right ahead on
public
that, right?
assistance. She has so much debt and bills.
How's it going?
Harvard professor. Well, it's true. It's true. That's why you see like the Harvard and stuff. Yeah, it's embarrassing.
How's it going?
It's the most embarrassing thing to see how they're like they're going for because now they can vote themselves or vote themselves. Well, vote their friends more.
Okay.
And give themselves government
little
friggin'
house?
pay. That's why you can be voted out. They're like, oh no, this is just 2 years. I didn't have enough time. They voted me out. If you think you're gonna be a
What's
millionaire,
your state, Eddie?
I'm ready to go to Congress. And the lobbyists, you're gonna pay me. These here are the lobbyists. The new lobbyists are those. Is that black guy from Americans on FX?
I should pop up
The
on
Americans on FX, where a guy thinks he's like, well, he just gets too used to living that American thing. She's out there with the new Nigerian. Oh, he's so handsome and stuff.
Oh.
That's the new lobbyist.
Well,
So
if
I
you're
got this
accepted the
bill.
job,
We got you
then
write
I
this in.
hope
Say
you
all
know,
people
congratulations.
flip man unfairly. Yeah, you know why Flint's the way it is? Because
You're
friggin' you
welcome.
can't have factories. You can't. In the 1960s, they burnt and tacked
I'm on them,
factories.
by the way.
It's something I didn't know about, but I'm living it.
Yo.
We're living it. They want a new civil rights, even better than the old civil rights bill. See, we didn't.
Yeah.
We need to talk, like, now.
Yeah, the old civil rights bill. They just point fingers and say, punish him. He disrespected me.
You guys want some screwdrivers?
That's what it is. It's just pointing a finger at a freaking dude, white guy, and said, "You were, he disrespected me." Now they want people to actively shoot you.
Oh, you bitch. Okay, go to the room. I'm running there.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, that's what they're fighting for. That right to be like, I'm a king and just shoot somebody.
Where are you running to go?
Because they have been.
Right.
Oh, here's the malls. My younger brother, he was like, yeah, we like kind of tongue in cheek. He was going to the Westfield Plaza where the new Golden One Arena is, and they would just like punch
Are you
people.
on the radio?
He just like punched his hat off his head. He's like walking all the same time. He hit him from the side, and he looked and he's like, oh, it's just the brothers hanging out.
I'm just asking if you've got any guns on you.
Yeah, public transit. That's when you guys start getting your first
No, listen, we
first
installed
robberies.
metal detectors in the elevator, so it takes your guns, so it's weird to actually have a gun.
Did you actually?
Yeah, it's gonna beep and shit if you go through.
Wait, where's the little phone?
Yeah, another time he was my uncle when he had his baby. He He's having some meeting downtown Sacramento in one of these parking garages,
I don't want
and he had a minivan at the time.
push it.
Unfortunately, he had a pit bull named Cody, because he was like all of a sudden like there were 4 dudes with the saggy pants. Yo, what's up? You know, they started talking. He's just a business guy with a baby. They didn't give a shit. He's holding a
Guys, I
baby in
don't
his
know
arms,
if you
and they're all
realize the
threatening
limit
their
to
you know,
cook.
coming up, approaching
Oh,
him, and
that's easy.
oh yeah,
not
see a lawyer would be like, oh well, they were just lost and looking to ask him. She freaked out. If he had pulled a gun out on him, you know, because well, there's no proof that they were trying to mug him. But you know, he opened that thing and they're, oh shit, pit bull. Cody's biting their asses and stuff. It's funny thinking about. That's why they don't like dogs. They don't like animals. They don't like nature.
Yeah, you're right. It is
They're
raining.
so abominable. They're so disgusting.
Does
The
anyone need an
nature of
umbrella?
God's designs. Everything hates them in the world. Well, not their fellow, not their
I have an
cousins,
extra
because we are
iPhone.
related. We are apes after all. Somehow the
Does he need
races
an umbrella?
decided, you know, it's like, oh, evolution.
Let's go through the
Well,
next
things
layer.
branch. Maybe some things get
That's a
modified.
good idea.
But all I can say is 5 decades of watching
Yep.
people, 5 decades of watching this shit.
Nice.
You know, we need to do something else. All I know is people on their knees begging.
Can I see it a second?
That's a history of that's a history of slavery. Is the non-slave holding white people on their freaking hands and knees, and then like, oh yeah, but apparently that's why we don't. That's why.
Yeah, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, they say no, Native
Yeah, this is
Americans
not good.
love
Yeah.
them.
I'm gonna go over here.
There's so many empty reservations in California because you know we know what all the thousands of tribes look like, even though they say themselves, oh yeah, they're white Indian tribes. They
Maybe
look
this
like
is a
they look
thing
like
story
they
kind
look
of
like
for
Irish
me.
people. There's a multi-ethnic continent. There's only some teacher hold up. It's only when these people trying to placate their freaking.
It was Alan's
I
fault.
can't read or write. Well, you know, well that's because you're
It was literally all
It's
Alan's fault.
black and white. White people came and stole everything.
He said, hey! Look, listen, if he's snitching, I'm snitching. You meant to snitch because I'll fucking start screaming this fucking caravan down.
What are you gonna snitch on?
Don't forget he's got his
Nobody
suit,
cares.
guys.
I don't care if you snitch on
I'll
somebody.
scream this whole caravan down. I don't give a fuck.
Well, you're going to be evidence for the court so we can pay lawyers
Shut
like
your
government
bitch ass up,
dimes.
someone put a sock on it.
Yeah, this is a law. What comes first, civil lawsuits or the criminal lawsuits?
Alright, let me
Because somebody's
tell
trying to
this story.
sue for like, he left the keys out, got my car stolen. It made me start killing people. Yeah, we're deciding if. Yeah, they want to say they want to sue because he got mad. Well, there's murders or
You
cripplings.
know, we were at the traffic lights, you know, down there near Martinis, you know.
Like I said,
And this fucking Escalade pulls up, you know, with the wrong oil thing on it.
oh yeah, there's a wrong oil thing.
I'm like, huh?
Oh yeah, see, it was a sticker
I
on
was
there.
like, my first thought was Mika. You know, Alex Brown, you know, he won't let us ever drive his cars. I'm like, what the
Well, I don't know, but there's no faces.
You pull up,
This is just a story on a
oh,
thing.
Who's this? And then, you know, this guy.
It's an illegal.
replied and
It's
started
just.
talking to me, oh, okay.
Oh, it's probably one of the master sergeants.
This guy's fucking.
Carried around a book, so he knew he was always in because he knows the laws. You know, Mr. Brown, Master Sergeant Brown.
So, long story short, we started tailing this person. I think we got caught when we were tailing.
But he looks like a ninja.
Oh, he had a nice car, man. Oh, we're gonna pretend we cops. And we're gonna put the little blue light thing on, pull him over, and be like, oh, you can fine for you have a
The car was
ticket.
no longer there, so I was like, he's on foot somewhere. So I was like, I'm gonna go check the rental spot, see if we want to rent the car.
I'm glad I'm here for the recap
And he was
because I
at the
have no
rental
idea.
spot. We tailed him, picked him up in a helicopter. We just wanted to see who this guy was, right? Like, in Alex Ron's car. And, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it
And,
is.
you know,
Yeah,
I
Vulcan.
robbed
If you know
him,
what the
yeah.
Vulcan Society is, look it up.
Tranquilizer.
Every professional group has professional black people, professional ethnic. See, the other ethnicities are finding out that if you're not,
Anyways,
if you don't look enough like a gangbanger, you ain't getting that. You don't belong. You're an oppressor. If you walk, if you do, yeah.
And I was like, what's your radio channel?
Spanish is a very complicated
Like, on
language,
this radio channel,
more
the first time
complicated
I-
than English actually. English has it. The teacher said, yeah, English is really pronunciations. Spanish is learning grammar rules.
Yeah, like,
There's no way you're gonna turn my clothes in that way right now.
When Latinas who've been speaking English for a year make fun of you, like, what's wrong with them? ¿Qué pasa? Es el defecto de
no,
negritos.
I had them in your warehouse, but then I took them out of your warehouse to take them somewhere. Listen, it was a Lance idea to go there.
I got me. It want me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. It want me. You know what?
It would have been somewhere. That's the thing.
I don't know.
They're trying to find out where they can go do crime at.
Oh, I couldn't.
They're not applying any jobs.
Listen, you need to blame Alan for this.
Oh yeah, my fault. Yeah. Miguel, the guy, the most
Okay, listen, motherfucker.
when it comes to scene control, and I'm the one. He asked me where to put Michael Simone. Yeah, that's believable.
Hey, wait.
I don't know why we went to that warehouse, Barry.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why we defended. I don't know why we defended old friggin' Albert in a can. Where we took Albert out of a can.
I mean,
Mine
mine is.
Big dog, you just bought it.
Yeah, they got no reason to be first.
I mean, if they're watching his warehouse.
You know, imagine
I-
fighting over royalty welfare, which is what the royal family lives off of. Last I looked at 35 million pounds, or just to run Windsor Castle. Oh, that's a lot of 35 million welfare to be a royal. Oh, each royal.
Yeah, Silver Lining. Yeah, that's the one I thought.
Oh, Silver Lining. Fucked her.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Anyways, listen.
He cucked the king. He cucked. He put his seed. He's put his like the African seed in the royal line.
He had like some fucking crazy voice on, bro. I didn't even know it was Michael. I was a little bit sus, but I didn't know it was Michael. And then I got on the radio.
See Brady's.
They were like,
You know,
they
see
were
black,
fucking
Brady
KJ,
white,
and I
Brady
was like,
black.
KJ,
It doesn't
this
matter.
guy is? And they're like,
When
"Oh."
you're like the only one, you're exotic. People are like, oh, that's cool. When you're only person, when you're
And
only
then
foreign around.
Benji
But then when
we
we have a whole train.
Huh? So then I called Benji and I was like, "Oh Benji, what do you want with him?" He's like, "You got him, didn't you?" And I was like, "Yes." He's like, "What the fuck are you gonna do then? Like, you finally got him and all this shit." I was like, "Huh?" And it clicked in my head, it's Michael. So Benji kind of snitched tonight because I'll be honest with you, bro, I was like maybe less than 60 seconds away from putting him in the helicopter and taking him back to the city. Alan, he was kind of convincing though, right?
I'll be real, yeah. I mean, listen, I have no idea what the guy looked like. He just seemed like a guy that was fucking just driving a car, I'll be real.
He told me I was gonna let him go.
Taking pictures along flight
Goddamn,
lines.
I haven't even had that warehouse for a week with Ash, bro.
Taking pictures along flight lines. Taking pictures of classified, top secret, like, equipment. I was going through my Google Photos. They seem to have a pretty good, I mean, the departments. They say even when you have large corporations, they're departments. It's like that whole Goldman Sachs. There's a among people who are angry at investors and bailouts. There's a story of Goldman Sachs. Ooh, well, since I'm not Muslim, I'm doing a sympathetico. Because fasting is not an option for many people in this world. Fasting, if just think, the stuff happens. Stuff happens in the world. Stuff happens in life. Earthquakes happen, disasters happen. There are times when people. It's a choice to fast for, and it's not even a long fast. It's like they go on like 13 hours, 13 and a half. Start out like 12 or so. That's how I know the sun moves, or that's how I know things move, because you started out as like 11, and now, it's getting. Anyway, it's a good practice. It is good practice because I am one of those gluttonous people. I am one of those fat people who just Well, it's there. It's there, and it tastes good. And it's like, yeah, food's a drug. Anything that changes your biochemistry, and that's why we did different. We're just picking which different drug. Fat. Well, it causes. See how biochemical changes in your cells. They have to deal with the fat molecules. The sugars is real easy. Sugars like sugar. If you imagine your cell has a little mini fireplace in it. A little mini fireplace, and it has to throw stuff on. Well, fat's like a piece of wet wood. Been doing these books. That's the problem. We have so many people get so many scientific to get the perfect diet. Keto is wonderful, but when it becomes a psychotic, I was gonna die after 6 p.m. That's how I knew you were working with to voodoo people. The curse will be he will die after 6 p.m. if you have motivation and not eat. How much do you love someone? I'm like, boy, oh boy, because I might as well. You're just saying kill me. You're gonna kill me then, because that's kind of a weird thing. Because the more I was obsessed about losing weight, because I was already all in. I was already all in at that point. I was all in the first date when I brought over little Jesus to watch. And hey, I saw what you looked like in the in the ghost video with the chair rocking and running to the back with Lakin, because it's very shy. How many blind dates did you go on? People were just and so I looked at you and I knew that you knew who I was. I didn't know who you were. It was just the happiest thing in your entire life to go to the cabin with me. When I had to go get you and you just had a cabin to yourself, just relaxation and like the phone that drives us crazy. Wasn't that the best thing? There was no it's kind of when you want to play video games, but to be like just even though you have all this stuff, rural Ohio was just so nice. I was never worried. My goodness, those cabins are less expensive. I'm in a just $4,000 a month. Imagine that. Imagine what kind of job you have to be able $4,000. If you came over and looked at the place I was in, it would be, this is insane. Yeah, other places like, well, if the $200 a month is a professor's pay in Peru for a college professor, I'm spending more in a month to live with no food or anything. And they want more. They want more welfare. They want more Section 8. They want more.
That is something that I do, though.
Telling me, then they drop the IS off, and then I think they're trying to do prison transport for me.
Yeah, my Subaru being at the rental spot puts me at the scene. But they can't prove anything. It's all circumstantial.
I told them I'm no leverage for Microsoft.
Oh.
No, we don't want. See, that's the thing. It pays for them to have the human rights in prison. It pays for them to get medical care in prison, and to run their little gangs, and to plan their revenge for the person who put them there.
That's why they didn't touch it.
This is a race war. There's no way I'm gonna live next to the guy who shattered my leg. He's not paying for my injuries.
But I mean, when I
see, he's old school. See, Christianity is like is a holding spot that turn the other cheek. Well, Jesus is gonna be right back.
He kind of is.
He told him to turn the other cheek, and just left it at that.
I'm getting all of the charges.
You go punch a Muslim. Go punch an Ayman. Go punch an Ayman, Tagarelli.
I don't really know what they can prove on you.
No, I want you in the street.
They could sue stuff, right?
I want you out there in the street, delicious.
We have to sue now Michael's gonna tell them everything about you. That's not good, but at the same time, only because Michael says something doesn't necessarily mean they can. If they have any slight evidence against you, then he's gonna right? So that's that thing. Yeah. I mean, I'll be real with you, bro. It's more than ever we can talk to Link whenever anyway. So.
Oh, so I forgot to tell you this. Yeah, he had 2 burner phones on him and his normal phone, plus a passport that he's been using. So I'm gonna give them to line for, get any brownie points.
Oh, you're so fucking lucky you just won.
Well, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Not this time.
Listen, Michael's going to prison for the rest of his life, right? But the worst torture is he had to sit there and listen to Alan for an hour. Because I'll be honest,
2 hours, my guy.
I was sat in the other room by myself, thinking to myself, what the fuck am I gonna do? Because I did not know what to do. It was either release him, shoot him in the face, or give him to the cops. The reason why I didn't release him is because if I release him, then he just walks free. And plus, Jackie Snow had already knew that I had Michael because I called Snow and told Snow not an exact location, but a location.
Yeah,
of where
yeah,
Michael
the
was,
location
because
is the
he was
VA.
us
The
in a
location is the VA housing.
So if I didn't want me and Alan just to
Oh
get
my
calmed
goodness.
down and them to take
The
off
the
seaside.
VA, they were
So,
killing
at
people
least,
there,
you know,
or they're just retarded.
if
I don't
Jackie
know.
knew where he was, he could like do something to get Michael.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, they're trying. They're making people worse.
And
They want it because they
then,
well they have their IDs in the real world. They've been using their names, getting their benefits, going getting free. I'm a veteran. Veterans Day. Remember the Veterans Day when they started doing free food at Applebee's? Guess what? You're when somebody's telling you you're a veteran, you're gonna believe it. I'm a veteran, motherfucker.
Me and everyone here, and the boys have done to get him. You know, that work hasn't been undone, and Lang can get his justice versus him, and Lang can fucking spit in Nick Simone's face, and you know, and Kay gets, you know, closure. And
If
gets
Derek can
closure.
knock Jerry's hat off, Derek can just start jump on another contractor, start beating him.
Don't fucking break him out.
Yeah. Derek, the guy who was on the freaking, who ran over those little white kids at the freaking Christmas Day parade. You don't tell me that's not Derek Smith, fucking.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing. The squad that they rolled up to get him with.
Oh, that's secret information. What? How many people are gonna know who I'm talking about? The people I worked with, and you don't even see it. This isn't my name. You don't even see my face. You're like, that's classified information. Yeah, freaking yellow eye, very demon and shit.
Yeah. Also,
I have to go to sleep, guys.
Bye, Danny. Bye, Danny Butterton.
I need to clean out the warehouse before.
Garcia,
Any
Kid,
smells?
41.
You wanna twirl your hair again? You wanna twirl your hair look pretty in line of race?
But yeah, I mean, it is
Come here, Porter!
I guess. All of your stuff is in the storage in the CG apartments.
Oh, fuck me. That's fucking worse than the cops getting it. Oh,
Well, I don't know where else to put it, so I just put it there for you so you can do whatever you want with it.
Oh, shit.
Because I was at the point where I was.
Is that the stuff you stole out of A1?
So I didn't want to
A11?
like get caught lacking with all your
Yeah,
shit.
A11.
Mm-hmm.
That's your stuff, huh?
Your stuff.
Yeah. I pretty much cleaned the warehouse. So the only thing is in there is like knives and like a bunch of random shit.
Fuck, there's 2 meth tables in the warehouse. What am I gonna do with those? Those are fucking Lily's meth tables.
You hear the book? It's like just so eye-opening. A guy who had been trading on Wall Street, like before internet stuff, where it's hand papers and little clickers and telegraphs.
You know what's crazy, Alan? Did you pick up on?
Said
like,
he said it
whenever I
was.
asked him what he thinks
Oh, it was funny because he's right from his perspective. He said 1943. It was just a battle. And you know what's else going on? World Wars.
Yeah, I was gonna say he kept making
As
it
soon as
seem
he
like
told me that he wanted to be killed, I was like, hell no, bro.
yeah, I'll back that.
And you know, he's still alive, he's still breathing. If anybody else told me to get revenge on him, then he's there, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's in prison. If they take him to prison, they put him in that fucking vault. That shit's actually hard to get into, but it's not impossible. So I mean, if anyone wants to
What's that
fucking
logic?
try and find their way down there, they can. And I think I actually remember the way. I think it was when DuPont showed me this. It was a long time ago when. Remember when Mel was gonna get the death penalty?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, DuPont showed us how to get into themselves, so that way we could help Mel break out.
What?
I think I still
coke did
remember-
what?
I'm not sure. So
The coke-
There is a way down there.
the coke
Someone
made them
might
all
know that
gay.
way.
That's one of the side effects of methamphetamine. Like they just get really horny. That's why they have like preachers and stuff. They hag her. Oh, like you turn
code
gay.
showed them how
No,
to
there are
break them out of
pills. There are
jail.
pills that turn you gay. There are pills that turn people gay.
What?
They just want
Really?
sex. You take the pill and you get excited on sex.
Alright.
Okay, nice. Interesting thing to know.
Weed doesn't
Yeah,
really
it's
make me
been
want to have
something.
sex right now.
How long has it been?
It's about controlling what you spend your money on. Well, actually,
Yeah, 30
people with
cents.
patience do that. But people who need a new upper, people who need to get something, no. Time preference.
She called me 2 hours ago to. Yeah.
Susie, can I give you Lily's med tables?
Yeah.
I'll get them out of my warehouse.
Yeah, Iggy. You white rapper ladies,
I want to say it was all Alan's fault.
you stay with them.
Yeah, I don't know why you did
If Alan's
that.
head didn't pop, it would have been good.
Honestly, actually, that's true. If my head didn't pop, I would have kept eyes on him. Ooh, but
Go live in
that was the most unlucky
townships.
thing
Go
ever.
live in the township with them. It's love.
At least you gain eyes back. At least you got eyes back on him again. In the heli when you went to.
I just thought the most logical thing is if he's on foot running around, is to go to a car rental.
Yeah. I mean, he said
Yeah, I need to go to
he
Avis.
heard your heli too when he was above him. I think if he heard your heli at the petrol station, why did he run to Ooh then?
Yeah, Laura, remember the week that we met in Asheville? That was also like week before. There's some white guy that Camry is filling his car, and they just walk and start talking on the video. They start, while he's backing up, he's like, "Please don't do it." He just pushed him right into cars.
Bro, that car didn't disappear as well. We were just gonna keep the car. Oh my god, imagine.
If you go to the hate websites, which I'm not going to play on here, you see the videos being pushed in front of subways, being freaking Ohio State Fair when they asked some dude with his family for $1, some 55-year-old guy, and if he's teenagers, he said they're just teenagers, so he didn't charge him anything. He hit his head and died in front of his family. After the state fair let out, they were running around a parking lot, we're just beating white people.
Yeah.
These isn't deniable shit, you mother.
When so did KJ, bro. You should have heard KJ on the phone, bro. KJ sound like.
I need to ask them if they take
Start
cash in for
16
questioning
first
about the
place.
car, if the rental papers are in that car. I need to ask them what they want me to say. I'll wait till after
Well, it's
though.
people not knowing how to do things, trusting other people to do things legally. I never submitted the release of liability for my Saturn boot. I never sent a release of liability. I didn't know that was a piece of paper that needed to be filed.
Yeah. But
Gave
the
to
moment
my uncle, the businessman. here's the thing: sign over the title. That's all you have to do. Sign over the title, and it'll be filed legally, right?
They found me again, but I was already in a bush and already had my phone out.
Yeah, giving things to people. When you give things to people and it's used for a crime,
So yeah.
like my laptops, like Hunter Biden's
I was still in
laptops.
my
Flippy.
properties are probably gonna go into a lockdown soon.
Should we go check them all and make sure they're all clear and stuff?
I already checked my shit. I only have one.
What would they raid for though?
Child porn. Because everybody,
I mean,
people
what
hate
would they
people
raid
hate
for?
pedophiles. Have you read the news when they go out to like some trailer parks and stuff? Some guy living by himself, and they're like, "That's he's a bunch of child porn on his computer," which is probably true back then. If you're freaking looking at child porn and stuff now, you're fucking dumb. But though people getting their first computers and
if
first
it
phones,
Maybe we should put your business to.
That's a good idea.
and there are people who get old items. Whose MAC addresses and stuff are still
Yeah,
have because
stuff
because the files they download they're still like they're not necessarily accessible, but it's like painting over a painting.
What happens if Michael tell him that I took his
You can still
70K
use light and
I
stuff
paid my
to see the old
bank? Am
paintings.
I
I can tell you the three video or the two videos. I can tell you the baby video.
Paying a loan terrorist.
Which that was the worst thing I ever saw. A baby. Oh, don't worry, there's a white guy doing it. You don't actually see who it is.
I did put the
But you see, but you can read about the newspapers about people taking
Michael
that.
in, and since my car is at the rental spot, and then they,
See, the
they, like,
injuries on
asked me
children that
about
are
that
happening,
one.
they have to make new excuses. There's so many. They're white
They
kids.
don't have your state ID on it, so it's fine.
They're filled with
Doesn't it?
little Hispanic too.
Only
What if
stepdaddies.
they subpoena my bank records?
Stepdaddies beating and raping their stepdaughters,
Being used for
crippling,
anything as well.
making sure that their
Okay, but
stepsons
if
are
it does
like
come
inferior
up,
to theirs. They're sick in the head. Not really.
Anything you want to say?
It's a good business model. But I don't know if you know what saturating the market means.
Worst case is
When that guy writes about billion Americans, he's talking about billion Africans. We're gonna be rich and successful just like them. That's what Abe said. They don't take my word for it. Look at well, he was assassinated recently. The conservative former prime minister of Japan from the 80s. He said he was racist. He said America will never be good because it has too many Africans. That was a racist Japanese, but he's dead now. Anybody opposes them dead. But what's opposing? Well, it means I'm not going to pay. I don't want to pay any more taxes. I don't want to pay any more welfare because I need to feed my own family. I need to work for my family. Oh, I don't have one. That's right. Government policy to make sure that I have as much time to be productive and serve them because they're the ones who actually go in front of the camera and get, oh, I invented this.
Oh, we can watch.
I'm a genius programmer.
watch it.
These are your genius Google fucking. These are Google devs. This is Patreon. Yeah, they have when you have somebody come in whose
I'm fucked
job
up.
is to just
Honestly,
be the
I am
professional,
fucked
like underrepresented person,
No way.
and then all of a sudden they say, well, yeah, you know, my cousin's genius programmer.
No, I'm not watching the transport. I'm just trying to see from a distance if it actually is a transport. Because Snow said to me that he's.
Oh, if we stay outside the shore or something and see shore.
Yeah. I'm not trying to actually.
Yeah, I'm just parked down the street.
Someone will grab
Sitting
you,
in my
right?
car. Nobody knows I'm here.
Yes, can you grab one?
Nobody knows I'm sitting in a car.
It's already there for me. Yeah.
They're pulling out the old, like, retired, like, all these people are,
Bloody
you know,
hell.
you messed with the CIA. Well, you know what? Because you just said you're CIA in public, guess who's not in the CIA anymore?
Do you want me to go down
They get their budgets cut too.
because I didn't even get to murder
They've been
him.
working with
I
street
went to
gangs.
Amazon
I'm a secret. I got this government
Bloody
contract. You got this credit card. Here's my street gang. Don't worry. The people didn't pay taxes because I know.
You must have put the idea
Come
in his
here,
head.
come here, baby.
Shit, this fucking Eddie tells me to shut the fuck up every time I fucking put an idea.
Well, you didn't push it in your own head either, Alan.
Alan, have we done your initiation?
Yeah, it used to be gay. There's a book. There's a law in England. They took it off the books. It used to be a crime to be homosexual. You could not be trusted.
Sick right now, Alan.
And, you know, Alan Turing was a really famous code breaker, who in this book he's
I wonder if
instrumental in
Ashla Labs is
helping
doing
break
this.
the
I hope
Germans'
not. Wait,
secret
where's
communications Enigma machine, and that's one of the big things. He's a big hero in it because, well, he was so patriotic, of the British people. Saved England from the German hordes.
Okay, are you signed in and you have a partner? Okay, I will, what was your name again?
His name's Michael.
Yeah, I will
It's
send you your
crazy.
drop on the
Well, you know, it's very different. They're really they're homophobic and where he's from and but he's a great athlete. He's famous. Aren't you happy? Being my boyfriend, Michael. See, we're interracial love. Interracial love will prevail.
Is my car there?
Black man with white man and white woman. The natural way. They're both women to Michael. He helped me understand. I'm a real woman. That's why they're trying to get people to like state your because they caught so many guys like bi guys. They got so many guys on drugs and having bisexual sex, and then when they get off drugs, they want to go back to being straight. But they're like, no, your woman's out. We already own her. You gotta pick one. And nobody wants to pick a friggin'.
What
Yeah, I
about
don't want. If you pick one, then they're gonna give you their friggin' wife.
First, I'll check the roofs, weren't they? I was gonna say
And then
the
you'll be
Russian
like, yeah, you have to be with her
roofs.
forever. It's adultery. It's a crime.
Not about grappling.
Blah, 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 blah. Say the words. Is it no drawing Muhammad because he's on a wanted poster and people want to the people who oppose him want to catch him and kill him, or no drawing him because well they want to lie about what he looks like? Because apparently a lot of Mohammeds will tell you they're Muhammad.
That would have been cool, though.
Yeah, this is not my name. I talked to my Gabriel.
Ready to take off?
Hey, just so you guys are aware.
Gabe.
briefcase and everything.
Gabe.
The fact that you were up to 3K.
Bro, you're the one that got delayed flipping? That didn't spin?
Oh, I'm saying it.
Sid, did you see the one that I did and I didn't spin? Took like 2 hours
Treat
to
myself to a bang energy drink. Bang Starburst.
spin. Okay, so I put 260 in, it was my last 260. And it bugged and it wouldn't spin.
And it's
I
up.
had
And
to,
there goes
like, yo,
there goes
fix this.
there goes Kanye's
And,
last, the last of his billions.
I looked at it, bro. I
Remember
got a
he said.
fucking
Remember how he's like, this is
like
costing
a
the black beauty community
fucking
billions.
cup knife, bro, that was 2.5K.
Jay-Z and Kanye going after who is going to be the most billionaire freaking rappers. That's right, Eden Hawk, wherever you are. Yeah, you knew. You couldn't understand exactly why, but this is how many people are, well, depend on the selling, getting children. As the adults try to get off these drugs, that they turn them into, like, gut. Yeah. There's no, our children are already dead. They need their children on friggin' they need them on friggin', why do they say adrenochrome?
Like,
But what is
Julian
adrenochrome
and
other than a
Ash's
really cool
relationship with
drug
Julian
that gives you
was
energy?
suicide?
Oh boy.
It gives what's
What?
naturally yours. So if you clean up enough, you just always feel like you're an adrenochrome.
What hell?
Friggin'
Oh, that hell.
Are they actually gonna heli transport, you reckon?
But yeah, it's just a
That's the
molecule.
stupidest shit ever.
Adderall,
They
adrenaline.
blew up
The
one.
PD are pretty stupid.
Yeah, it's uppers. Doesn't matter as
I
long
don't
as you
know,
get
I think
up.
it's small.
Oh, it's circling.
Oh, the badge is gone from the G-Wagon, the diamond that was on the back or whatever it was.
they're taking a Joe.
There's a jet?
Oh my god. Joe.
Where the jet is?
7, bro.
Onto the MRPD.
How do you see that?
How do you guys see
Maybe
this
they
shit
do
from
do
here?
an air transport.
I
Do you
have
see
a
it?
jet
It's
camera.
right here.
Well, it's about to take off. He's in reverse.
I guess it is Michael.
Going all out, I guess.
Mike
No,
Pence
I don't
is.
believe it. There's no way they can do that, bro. That'd be stupid.
Well, I mean, they say
I
that
don't
they.
care
It's
how
rumors
fast
are
it
Trump
is.
isn't like because he never joined a Masonic
I'd rather
lodge.
be in like 30 fucking cars.
See, Trump isn't a Mason.
Three helis.
For sure.
Well, Masons over time, you don't know what a Mason is.
The jet could be a patrol as well, I don't know.
You know, have you ever heard Fraternal Order of Elks, Fraternal Order of Buffaloes, Fraternal Order of Sigma Phi Epsilon, Fraternal Orders.
And the jet shoot?
Yeah.
That's probably it, right?
Like I said, Mr. Merthury. I mean, I never made it to my visit reunions, but I like,
Yeah, I miss Julian too.
wow, yes, an older, that guy was in our class, I don't remember him. Well, older class. Oh
there's
yeah,
only
that's
so
right,
much
our
you can do
house,
when someone's not
like
around.
many fraternity houses and chapters have to get shut down from time to time because of the rape allegations, or the rapes that do occur. We were reopening after they had to clear out the old SIGEPs, because the old SIGEPs, well, they actually did rape. Well, it's not a uniform, it's a person. And when people start covering up crimes because we all share the same uniform, well, it'll happen again.
Nah, it's still there.
That's why we learn the lessons and pass them on to our grandchildren. It's called the fourth turning, Alan Turning. You can be straight if you want to.
It was a second charge after the first one.
Yeah, it's like some people will rage because they say shut up. Because at the time it wasn't a normal thing. Hey, you're lying. You just don't want their family to come here. The Rushwind generation.
They've actually gone all out for this.
Just like
fucking prison,
in the first 27 that arrived in Japan, they had their first rape. It's like the rapes begin as soon as they get off the boat.
Last time I did a prison fucking transport.
There was a 10-year-old Swedish boy was raped at a public pool. A 10-year-old Swedish boy was taken in a bathroom and raped by him. And the judge, well, you have to understand this adult Mike. He just had a sexual emergency because in his culture, it's he just need to have sex. Little boy shouldn't have said anything.
Is this a good idea to retweet this? Probably
Jet one.
not.
This is why they're freaking out. They need to not be seen.
Dang,
Yeah,
look at that
it's like Rick and Morty. They need to travel around with their white family, like a group of white people around them, like as a
You be
protection
careful here,
circle.
that
Probably scouting ahead,
I don't
right?
know.
I'll be
Because our flight flipper doesn't do this shit all the time.
Okay, I didn't think I was slick with driving.
Oh, Little Moscow. Is that Little Moscow? Oh
The
yeah.
helicopter that's in the sky is gonna get fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
Any light blue
I heard they
cars
were.
that
I heard they were
destroyed?
very anti-Semitic.
Oh, well, there's no undercover
Well,
cops.
actually.
Well,
Well, once you get to the point of being discriminating against people who look like
fuck.
your family who when you get caught up because you big nose tribe.
To make them feel a little bit
I
better.
get that. It's just getting the family away until you find that family member, Bernie
The fighting
Sanders,
chef.
who's the only
They're
one,
gonna
who's
get
the only
fucked.
Jew and the only Somalian family in all of Vermont.
It's not a fighting chance.
Yeah. Not my adopted children.
Jesus.
Fuck, that was quick.
Yeah,
Not
that
my
was really
adopted
fast.
children.
I'm
Not
still
my
fast,
adopted
damn.
children.
That is
That's their salted. That's their salted. Yeah.
Wait, where?
No.
Right, it made it right. It made it right again.
Well, Bernie gets ripped off all the time. You talking about Soros turning his
Behind,
family
behind,
in?
behind.
They're going around showing the Nazis his family? Well,
They'll
you
just
know,
rip
it's
cars.
like yeah, they can be simultaneously rich bankers and also simultaneously like starving in ghettos.
Imagine those are just decoy cars.
Right.
100%.
See, if you actually
100%,
read about
probably
the
cars
situation in
that are
Vienna,
south
which
there,
was
like,
where
south.
That's what they did. They
well,
also
Vienna
made
was a
all-
very beautiful
They
artistic
did that to me
place,
as well. When I was helping.
and he never thought Jewish people were different than him.
That's what,
So that's his struggle. And then one day he's like, because they're just like,
That's funny.
yeah, well, they're just well, you'd have to go back in time because when you clean somebody up and put them in a clothes, well, they aren't different. So what's the difference? He didn't seem to hate the Rhine bastards that much.
This is not the best music for this, huh? It's both though.
But yeah, the Congolese troops were French. See, they're French. Everybody in the French Republic, ended slavery in all their places in like 1794. They
I thought that
outlawed
was, like,
slavery.
west, like southwestish.
So anyway, in America, I mean, we have like some of us have French ancestry.
Wait, Snur's
like
not
it.
in the jet?
Some places like California never had a history of slavery. See that Mason-Dixon line, maybe Washington had like permission to bring slaves, but once they got to California, they're like, no, slavery's not allowed in California. Yeah, slavery was always outlawed in California. That was one of the big things when slave owners brought their slaves out into a territory, and the other charters of the territories were like, no, there's no slavery here.
Snur's not in the jet, then who is?
So all that thing about the legacy of slavery, America it starts and ends in the south, in the East Coast.
Why above us? The jet above, like literally
Yeah, it doesn't
above.
matter what Washington says on a giant map if they don't even own the place yet.
Exciting.
Many of the states didn't freaking become states until freaking after 1900. The Civil War was already fought, the official Civil War. Yeah, these states never knew what that's about. You just bring out the history books. Oh, this was going on out there in that time. Yeah, it was never. The Civil War didn't happen over here. There were militias and stuff. We have fights. It was very sparsely populated. Is it Star? Oh, Stars. Oh, Starscream. Is that Starscream?
No, that's a white swift. They fight froggers.
Oh,
Yeah.
they had a white.
I saw that flying the day before I went. What was it?
That's funny.
When did I go to the? When did you put me back in the VA system, Jeff? All you had to do was just pull up in front of the friggin' thing and say, "Hey, Kevin, I'm gonna tell you who the girl is." You knew who it was. You guys all knew who I was living with. It was like a friggin'. It was like a friggin' show and tell. See, people coming over just looking, checking. Oh, who's she living with?
Fuck! I should have got my binoculars.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I was standing out there. She was so happy to show off whenever we went out. Put on the hat. We had a good time.
The news cameras, we could do good news.
Very rarely got to hang out.
News report.
It's funny how this works for these women. They get like let loose and be
can use your fire in the
they're not
car.
queer, but
Just sit here.
dorky and freaking cringe and put the hats on and joke around and smoke cigarettes. I never dated a perfect woman.
Well, I'm the best view. I'm in the middle seat.
I don't see no cops here. I didn't see DOC in the guard towers.
There's probably enough cops, that's why.
You are the cops, dudes.
I wish I had my binoculars.
You are the cops. What are you
That's what we
talking
need
I
to
don't
about?
think I'll be able to see anything.
Remember, those are your jobs.
So there's a Sultan right there. You see that? It's going east. It's circling. See that Sultan east? It's to the right.
Is this how deja vu? Is this how
Right, trees to
Denzel
right.
Washington's thing
By the
works?
front.
Where they have that they can go and they see how. Did you ever see Deja Vu? Oh, he's in love with that girl.
Oh, I
He's
see
doing
cars
everything.
speeding
She
up
gets blown up in a white racist
Oh, I
attack.
see. I see.
Very,
See the
yeah.
AMG, the Sultan.
Yeah, Deja Vu happens.
That's seaside cars.
And I do more Devon Stack type stuff, but the time, my patience to do the freaking copyright thing. This does not violate. Get back on the Odyssey thing where.
To the right, they're on the edge of the highway. They're on the sand. They're like on the sandy part. On barricades.
Hey, Ashi.
Are you still at war?
We're at war, but we can't find them, so we're not really at war. We're at war with ghosts.
Ash, I wouldn't have anybody come up here.
Okay. Oh, okay. What you doing?
Why do you ask?
Nothing. What you doing?
If you thought about what I was doing really hard, what would it be if it wasn't hanging out with you?
It would be trying to overthrow the United States and bring them part of the Commonwealth to pay all your promises.
In a helicopter.
Are you
Because the
really?
Commonwealth citizens have a
I
right
would
to
love
immigrate.
by the
They
way,
are citizens of the UK.
now.
Everybody who is a Commonwealth citizen has a right to come to UK and get UK benefits.
5 times by police.
Yeah, I would listen to that one right now, if I'm honest
What
with
do you think we should listen to the police?
Yeah, if I'm real with you, I'm thinking you should.
Right? Didn't you study your own history of how new houses come to power? How did your yeah?
I mean, I
Yeah, the
am
Tudors.
not lying.
How many royal
McGregor
families
just
have there
wants to
been?
do it 'cause they keep telling him to land.
Listen, I'm being real. I really think you probably should land.
We're landed right now.
You know, actually, honestly, I'm mad at McGregor. So you
Will
let him
Smith,
fly,
child
and
finder
then-
for
Yeah, he's
international
yeah,
prostitution.
You just stay out of it, okay?
Why are you mad at McGregor? Well,
Well, I was trying to do something, and I was on a time.
Because the Irish don't
constraint.
want the English there. The Irish hate you.
Then,
You're like, why? We're all the same in America. You Germans,
This
and
is
Irish, and
not
English all get
HOA
along in
call, bro.
America.
What
We,
the
well, we have to
fuck
find
is
out who.
this?
Oh yeah, that's right. You
What
came from
the
other countries and
fuck?
started telling about their true history.
oh, by the way, the other day I found people go panning, down in the canals below HOA. You know the swamp bit between.
the swamp bit between the
casino
HOA and the dam?
Yes.
Okay.
And
That's
also,
kind of where we are right now.
You know the next to Deanwell Pier, there's like a inlet, like a circle of
Yeah.
water. There as well. There was people go panning there as well.
Ash said there was people at the canals yesterday, you know, the one next to the casino. And then there's also people that go pan in the little pool next to Dean's Road, you know. Let's go check.
Yeah, I would definitely maybe just not go in the heli.
Yeah, you know what?
But you don't want me to be in the helicopter.
Hey, Supreme Court.
Yeah,
Screw it.
I think that's a
If
bad
you're
one.
gambling on your phone on a
the
Can you drop me
reservation,
at the airport so I
see
can
the
get my
reservations.
car?
Reservations
I'll
are
just follow you on the
California
floor.
laws or
It's like super
or
windy
federal
right
laws.
now,
Oh yeah,
Like,
Gosh.
you probably don't want to be in the sky.
comes from an autonomous zone.
It's so
Okay.
windy.
Indian agents, because the
I
laws are
will-
different for reservations.
Alright.
What sort of heli are you in?
A Swift.
Is it a white one?
No, it was a black and white one.
Wait, where are you? Where?
No, guys, one of those good, one
we're
of those
at
giant
the
monstrosities.
dam right
Did that
now.
just explode?
It's like
Did that heli
friggin'.
just
They're like you have
explode?
to. It's so much to replace one of those things.
I would assume the heli.
Yeah, it's just a friggin' all that subsidies just to go into those windmills.
McGregor's
I can
flying
make
back
one.
to
I can make one for my backyard. That powers my house, but that's illegal because I'm gonna pay them. Yeah, those windmill things, those friggin', those are everything on the stock exchange. You have to be a big company. You have to be a big company in order to be put on a stock exchange.
The cops just blew up another helicopter.
See, my company really can't be put on the stock. Well, I'm not putting it on there. And if I'm looking at the California laws, friggin' freaking way I'm even doing business in this state.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why they fly out to other states that make them Californianized. Oh, it's too easy to make money and support yourself.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're shooting.
Oh, they have 2 rhinos.
There's 3 riders.
Oh, he's in the back of a rhino, 100%.
They have 3 Republican in name only. Well, the thing is, with both platforms, they're against racism, and they want that 90% black vote. Republicans like, if we can get, we'll wait receive the elections. Once we get like 5% of the black vote, they're gonna be like, oh no. Democrats are gonna be, whoa, we're getting the black people. Republicans are cool. That's why it's Pence.
Oh my god, did you guys see all the gunshots?
That's why Pence is the freaking worst politician ever freaking graced this earth. Indiana, people think it's a Hoosier state. They remember,
so
like,
who was on top of the prison roof? Like the Kaaba?
the Kaaba.
Not sure.
Somebody entered the
Brian,
Kaaba?
stop
Saudi,
trying
oh yeah,
to-
Saudi Arabia.
Oh!
Are there even men in Mecca? Is like Mecca like the one woman they have? They just like all the, well, polygamy. And you know, at this point, there's no way I'd do that to women. There's no way I'd give them like one of these men who's just not a man. Apparently, the biggest evolution and the biggest problem with thing in evolution is creating the new man. Because I'm not, well.
You know, everyone is looking at us, brother, like, there's people on the hill.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna say. Yeah, I'm not walking around with a woman who's banging, actually banging black dudes.
So too late.
Once she's disavowed them and condemned them.
Yeah, they already like.
See Queen Kate, see Katie, see
They're
Lauren.
like 20
You're
seconds too
gonna
late.
have to say the things you said in the apartment out loud.
That fucking Sanchez didn't even blow up until like a minute after the 2 cars
That's
did.
true.
So, did they rocket the heli? Because I watched the heli fall to pieces.
No.
Jack's
Was
above
that
us.
Swift?
The Swift.
Well, sometimes that just pisses off the pilot.
Everyone will.
Pilots go through extreme serious training because when you get shot down, oh no, fuck you, motherfuckers. Oh, Mike Lindell. Oh, Mike Lindell. It's a baby made in America. But being your OxyClean, phew, man, the free little packages, the do not eat little packages and stuff. Maybe if you get the surprise. Oh, did you get the bonus? Order now. Order for me. Order for me. Well, I've got get your OxyClean sent to you, and every 10th we'll have a secret little. You'll get the golden package in there. The salt, the absorbent salt. Well, there's some gold in there. Well, order the OxyClean. See, unfortunately, the thing that's not going to work out about this is that since your brothers cannot be and we can't be linked like that,
Are we going?
and I don't know if we may want to wipe some creative magic genes, but I don't know if I want to know that my child's being tortured in your country, even though along a timeline, right angle marketing.
Oh yeah, we should have put cameras inside, huh?
I was just telling you how I feel when I got my temp job with the course with you girl, and Miss Kim, and you remember that thing? I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna climb up on a freaking water tower, and just start taking people out one day. Don't ever say that.
They have snipers.
That's a terrorist threat. It's like just how I feel. I'm gonna burn it down.
Is it bad that
I'm
like,
not gonna burn it down.
I
I'm
hope
gonna
that
burn
they break him out.
it. I'm
That
gonna
would
burn
be,
it
like,
down.
some
I'm gonna burn it down in your
crazy-
terror.
That would be some crazy
Staples.
shit if they broke him out.
Yeah, they got to get the. See,
This
he.
has been crazy, actually. I don't know.
Yeah,
this
I mean
whole thing's
Denzel
wild.
Washington. He said, but I like Denzel because he said he is so angry at because he never kisses a black woman. It's like the scheme
I
that
wonder
he was
who
doing
was
to
in
the
the
black
heli, too.
queens that they'd always put him with a white woman, you know, so
Hopefully
they make him
it
the
was
respect.
not
He's
just
like,
some random
he'd be like, you know, he's like they won't have a black man and black woman kiss on screen. They won't have them, and it's like Well, they won't make a lot of money with it because it's not. Hollywood found out it's basically sex sells. The innuendos in movies. It gives it agitation. It's agitprop. It's media sexploitation. It's even a picture can arouse. It's a picture of like ice going down the curvy Coca-Cola bottle, and it's just the right frame. It's like the consciousness. Oh. And yet, when you ban us from practicing our motor dexterous skills and our visual hand-eye coordination, it's a very interesting thing taming our minds. And you can't discipline your mind without, well, challenges.
Where are they?
Yeah.
Oh, by the watchtower?
That's why I get Destiny more and more. When Mel just sitting off their vibrator and stuff off screen, it's like, know what they're doing to them. No. It's a married man. We're married men, ladies. These old women, because they never got
Oh, the
divorced from our
Jetsons?
dads. They're like, they sit off in cars and they're just like, I'm gonna get proof that he's cheating on me, because I'm gonna lose in court and I need my spousal support. The biggest welfare is forcing men to friggin' see. There's the government aid, and then there's the other one, the court ordered aid. And how much of these how much divorces are based on fraud have been awarded? I'm not cheating. He's paranoid, schizophrenic. Look at he yelled at me.
Transport, do you think
He's paranoid that I go off with Harmon, with Hashan and he's paranoid that I'm like turning tricks. I'm a prostitute. He's paranoid. It's okay. I'm gonna stand up and admit to having friggin' sex with a tranny, to getting butt fucked by a tranny, and you're gonna admit to being a prostitute. I'm gonna admit to friggin', well, doing cocaine in Colombia, a couple parties. No, well, I already have. Every day. Well, no, I haven't admit specifically, but why? Why bother? You're standing off in a corner.
I wonder if jets run out of fuel faster than airline. That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, if a bunch of people are there, it must not be a crime. Oh, but shooting people. If you're business suit guys. I never did that. Well, you freaking did. You stayed up a long time to make all those freaking wheeling and dealing.
Huh? What's wrong?
I've got a new partner. There's a new Tony. Well, I don't know which one wants to be Mike and which one wants to be Tony.
Oh. No.
Yeah.
When I saw like the other helicopter, like I saw it split in half and fall down.
Here's the deal, and this is why it works. I'm always meeting people for the first time. If you tell me your name, that's who you are. That's why Sylvester kept on like, oh, don't you remember me? Like in Paper Wars, don't you remember me? Like no, you worked with me in Baghdad. Well, I guess, but when I was it was well, we've been passed together many times. Bagram, I was so tired. I don't know who was it. Anyway, yeah, this goes back to our contracting. It's not top secret. It's not some secret thing that the U.S. military. Oh, almost ran over a bicyclist. That's okay. This reminds me of running. Hey ho, far bright. How much equipment did we leave there? Oh, this is beautiful. This looks like Afghanistan. Well, with trees. See, that's how beautiful. Just imagine being on those ridges. I miss it so much. My eggs, Karachi. Oh. They weren't. Yeah, it was just a nice life. I don't know why the U.S. dollar it just seems king around the world. Maybe they haven't figured out the U.S. government's collapse, or maybe that's where all the debt is. Just because debt is, well, here's money, here's product. Well, now that the opium fields, they have all these dollars. It's only with well. That's why the sugar cane and the opium. I got some lessons in I got lessons in how they do business between Pakistan and the growers. Depends. Supply and demand. Do people want sugar? Do they want opium? Do they want to be all antsy and uppity? They want that cheap sugar, or do they want the opium? Well, sometimes Taliban's too well. Yeah, Taliban tears up the opium fields. Because what are they going to do with all those opium fields when there's no demand for it? Oh wait, they're trying to destroy the demand in their economy. I don't know. I don't know. Is there? Are they what they are? Do they work for people? Yeah, it's okay. What is the Taliban? Taliban's a terrorist group, right? I mean, over there it means teachers or something. You do research on the cultures you're invading, right? They're just Pashtun members, like chiefs and stuff of entire clans and families. My neighbor works with their tribes. And Afghanistan's full of different tribes. And they're always going to war. Well, people want to have kids, expand. Maybe they want to stop being attacked. I would never know what it is. Is it because somebody's coming into my land, or we attack theirs? I don't know. But I do know us going over there, people who look like me going someplace, is always using an excuse for when they start burning shit down and following us. Oh, we didn't want the magic. You're having tizzy fits. Let me see where my. That's interesting. Usually my red and green follow each other like a. The red and green are usually following each other like. How many frames have I dropped? I haven't looked at the drop frames. Oh, my drop frames are pretty good. Cool. So it's they're just Twitch. There's an error in the network. Oh yeah, it's a brilliant. Using these virtual cities, well, you can map out any cities and have their avatars communicate with the avatars. Trade secrets. I'm trying to protect people who are actually normal. So you can't do business. As soon as you open business, they'll be like showing up. They'll be doing radio operations. The band. Okay, well, let us here go back in time a bit. I don't want to blind your eyes. Let me do a thought experiment with you. Because, well, that prophet gets revelations, but they're picked for also they couldn't save himself from being pulled out of that jail and dragged and torn apart in the street. The Mississippi government put an execution because they were a cult, kind of like David Koresh and his thing. When you have people living in their own compounds together, it's just the way it is. Yeah. So why would they have? Let's think about this. Why would they have a ban? Well, some more racists would say because they're uncontrollable sexually, and that would give them access to having like raping white women, which is one of the very very accurate things about men's sexual insecurity. There's another man around their wife, and you can have around your wife, your brother. People who respect boundaries, and who's not a brethren. You can respect your fellow brethren, because blood, being raised in the same house, as long as you're brothers in Christ. Brothers in Christ, am I right? And it's the black guys who would be the uncontrollable. But from my perspective, because it was kind of there's also other predictions that go along with it, because it's latter days. What does latter days mean? Well, maybe you climb the Jacob's ladder, you get into heaven. We're going to heaven. Latter day, last days. Who knows? It's the latter day saints. And boy, oh boy, they don't drink they don't take alcohol, caffeine, and spicy foods. So stimulants, spicy foods, very bland. It's very bland to keep them. Well, they believe, and I believe that the spicy foods incite the passions. That when you have a spice, you want more of it. But anyway, let's go back because, well, there's a story that Brigham Young banned caffeine, not Joseph. But I don't know. I don't have my doctrine and covenant books. I haven't gone through the church histories. I do know that there's there was a show on Netflix that I really don't want to subscribe to, but it's a documentary about the Mormon papers and some mysterious murders that happened, explosions, because guy had some papers from people, historical papers, because, well, not everybody who was with the prophet joined Brigham, and over the years people leave Brigham. But yeah, it was. Imagine the chaos as the leader of the prophets pulled out with his older brother, and is lynched. That was a get out order. So they started walking. They had some instruction guides, but they started getting their wagons and going. They came to Salt Lake City, where they established a church. Now everything has to be done immediately. However, why would they ban black people? They don't know. Well, they're racist, maybe, and at the time to not be racist was then. And now this much longer. Well, when everybody looks the same, oh, that baby looks just like you. It just looks like you and your brother and everybody else in your family. See, they don't commit adultery. These women don't commit adultery. The men don't commit adultery either, and they gave up polygamy far before. See, to become a state, they gave up polygamy. They had a revelation. It's time to give up polygamy. The church did. It seemed to have worked out for them. For a long time, it was a peaceful place to live, if not wealthy, peaceful. Oh boy, a lot of wealthy men spend a lot trying to get peaceful lifestyles. Anyway, my ancestors were among some of them, not all of them. But they were among the people who fled Missouri on their own trail of tears, as they were accosted and oh yes, there's much in the way of when people hear a cult coming through, and along the way they gathered more women. Yeah, they were Swedish. They were tall Swedes, tall blonde-haired, blue-eyed Swedes. That's true. They kind of were, and so that's what they're known for in the olden days. But a lot of families, they send their missionaries all over the world, and the greatest pride is they bring back a convert, because then they can be, well, not white, because white's racism. Well, that's how some people think. That's just some people's thing. Yeah. So, well, whatever. So, well, the adultery thing. Once, once a devout man, once his wife gives birth to obviously not his, and it looks like the new person. Well, I mean, you put a little chocolate in the milk, it changes the flavor of it, changes the color of it. So you can pour milk into milk. I should have bought some of that Hershey's, because I'm gonna do this. Well, they showed on that they showed their immigration. He put why people need to bring Africans. They put they had a glass of milk. It's just boring milk. You put some chocolate in. It's chocolate milk. Oh yeah, it does taste good. If you had 2 cups of milk, you pour milk into the other one. But now, maybe you have a little vanilla in one, so now it's a little sweeter. But you really can't tell. It's just a little different. But yeah, milk in the milk. Oof. But a little chocolate milk into milk. Oh, and you can also tell it's chocolate milk by holding it up, because it turns this. Well, this color plus this color. Well, it'll be this color, won't it? Oh yes. So adultery, and now all the quorum, they sweat, because they gave up polygamy. It's not catching the black man out. It's catching you out, Mitt. It's catching you out, John Huntsman daughters, 20 whatever that was. Woo-wee. Look at these hot daughters. Oh, the world. Oh yes, we're gonna marry our daughters into your families. But what about oh, that's right. That's why you support war for us, but not for you. So anyway, that's my explanation of it. It's the end of the Latter-day Saints Church as we know it. You covered it up, Quorum of the 12. You're apostles. You have a prophet, a man of God. You're abominations. But anyway, well, that's not giving them a chance. That's not giving the Quorum of the 12 a chance to speak publicly. So you go away. Bye. I am going back to the past, so that I won't cause wars